Hi, I'm Andrew Roach. For the past couple of years, I've been logging and keeping track of my kids' growth in a spreadsheet. And I've always wanted to chart it and really put it next to and overlay it with the CDC growth chart. So today I'm going to show you how I went about doing that so that it will continue to update as I add new data points. So let's get right to it. Here's a spreadsheet where I manually entered their height every few months. Recently, I started using a Google form to capture their height, and this makes it a lot easier to do it on my phone because I can just go into my Google form and enter the height. So here I've created the form and linked it to a spreadsheet. And so I can publish my form and then send it to myself with the link, and now I have it on my phone, and I can add this page to my home screen as its own icon. So all I have to do is tap my icon on my home screen, enter their height, hit submit, and it automatically populates the spreadsheet with the timestamp. So now I need to merge the data that I've collected through the Google form with the data that I had previously entered manually in the spreadsheet. So let's use the filter function to append the data from the Google form spreadsheet into this table for the date and the height of each child. Now this will automatically expand as I enter new data through the app on my phone. So now I can go to the CDC website and get the growth charts and download that table and import it into my spreadsheet. And I've gone ahead and split the CDC table by male and female tables to make it a little bit easier for me to reference going forward. The CDC tables are based on the person's age, so I'll need to build out my table to establish each child's age. And so we'll use some fictional dates of birth and calculate their age in months for each data point. So now I need to take each data point, which I've recorded in inches, and convert it to centimeters. And I've built in an if statement to return a null value if there's no data to convert. Now that I've calculated the age of each child when each data point was entered, I need to map that to the closest age that's provided in the CDC's table. To do this, I'll use the index function, which will reference the CDC's age in months column. And to determine the row that I want to return, I'll use the match function, taking the absolute value of the difference between the CDC's age in months and the calculated age in months from my data point, and take the minimum value to match to the row that I want to return. And now that I've mapped my data points to the CDC's, I can use this as a basis for my lookup between this table and the CDC's table to bring in their statistical measures, such as median and skew and the Box-Cox score, which will be used to calculate each child's percentile. And I'll show you how I did that in the next video.